So hi everybody, my name is Charlie Zhang from the University of Edinburgh. So today I'm going to talk a little bit how to perform non-mobile forecasting using different technology. And in particular, our proposal can deliver for up to 10 hours precision, high precision, while we only require limited information. So the mobile traffic we care about here is how many data traffic is consumed over a region, which can be a city or even a country. So I will give an example in the right-hand side. So this snapshot basically shows the spatial distribution of mobile traffic volume over the landscape. So the DCT is positioned in a grid, and each element will represent a bracket traffic in a small region, and different colors just represent different traffic volume. So given a sequence of these snapshots, let's say S, we want to build a model to forecast how many traffic consumed in the next and step. So this problem is becoming increasingly important because it's obvious that operator wants to embed more intelligence into their networks to build a more intelligent network system. So they want to do some smart traffic engineering so as to improve user POE. And also, if you have the information about how many traffic you can just switch off the base station that with coverage that you will the consumption in the future so that you can use the energy consumption for the cooling systems. People also link this mobile traffic data with mobility. So they can do some mobility prediction based on this mobile traffic data so that they can do some transportation planning. So one of the key to all this application is the mobile measurement. But having this measurement all the time and at real time is not always feasible because this measurement relies on dedicated probes which are deployed at the base station level. But this base station will generate like gigabytes of the data, and all of this data will be transferred into central servers, and this will involve very heavy post-processing. So instead, we can do some forecasting. That is, you have the measurement for a while, then you predict how many traffic consumed for the next period. So, however, this forecasting problem is not that straightforward. So there have been a lot of methods that trying to tackle this problem, such as the exponential smoothing and algorithm. So this approach basically operates on the individual time series. So they just ignore the spatial correlation between traffic series. So this will just limit their accuracy. And also, their performance degenerates considerably over time, which means that they might perform well at the initial prediction step, but after that, the prediction may be bad. And the most important thing is that since they are all trained on the same time series and only apply to the same one, so it will not generalize well in different locations. So how should we solve this? So recently, deep learning has achieved remarkable performance in class, and this just provides greater potential to embed deep learning about this mobile forecasting problem. So in particular, convolutional neural network work really well in kind of spatial data like image. So there are some similarities in the traffic snapshots and the data. So we can expect that the complex can work well in our problem. But also, recurrent neural networks such as D-STN has really well temporal dependency in spatial data, like the audio or the natural language. So these temporal dependencies are really important in the traffic question. So, and the most important thing is that the GPU computing enables us to train a neural network with faster speeds and customize the data needs, and it can deliver real-time inference. So this is really important for the forecasting problem. So this let us inspire us to design a deep learning architecture tailored to this problem. So to this end, we designed this Spatio-Temporal neural network for D-STN. So I will show the overall architecture here. So basically, it has an encoder and decoder. The encoder takes the traffic snapshot as input, and it has two core components. The upper side is the 3D convolutional neural network, and the downside is the common D-STN. So the encoder is responsible for encoding the spatial temporal future traffic data, and after that we have a decoder to encode this representation in final result. So let's look at these components one by one. So first we will look at this convex STM. So I'm not gonna give you too much detail on this model because it's very complex. So the high level idea is that it's an advanced version of constant memory, and which is quite good at modeling the spatial data. And the key point is that the convex STM replaces the inner-dense connection with the convolutional operation, which can enable this model to handle well the spatial data, and also we reduce dramatically the number of parameters needed, which makes the model less likely to overfit. And the most important thing is that convex STM works really well in modeling spatial temporal data like video, and that is one of the key reasons that this model incorporates this to our architecture. So next we look at the 3D convolutional. So reminds that the input of this network is a sequence of shape snapshots. And so here it just operates the convolutional operation in both spatial and temporal dimension. And at every step, you just move this filter from one direction with a fixed step size, and then repeat it. This will give us a graded output. So the inputs will be processed by the convolutional neural network and convex STM in parallel, and the output will be aggregated through distribution layers. And we repeat this process twice so as to build more robust resemblance systems and so as to provide better feature for the data inference. And later I will demonstrate that having distribution layers and works significantly better than combining these components. So after encoding this feature, we have encoder which is a fully connected layer. We just encode the spatial temporal representation in the final output. So instead of feeding the measurement in the entire city, here we just focus on a smaller region, which is the white box in the snapshot. So we have this box for area observation, and here we select as 11, which corresponds to 2 hours, and the output here is the central point of this small box, and at t+1. So we do the same thing for every location in the input, so as to get the prediction for every point for the t+1 and reconstruct the prediction and for the entire snapshot. So the reason for doing this is that we observe the static consumption as a circular location as one point on the right-hand side. It only largely depends on that different itself, which means that it doesn't have much relation that with the point that is far away from this point itself. So this will enable us to build a less complex model. So this will enable us to train the model faster and build a faster inference. So remarks that here we just do the one-step prediction. So in order to extend the forecasting to long term, one of the most simple ways is to replace the model with its earlier prediction. But this will introduce a problem that is every prediction will make error, and this error will accumulate. So I will show you an example in this figure. So the blue curve is branch data, and before the dot lines, our STM just doing one-step prediction, which it has full branch available. So we can see that it actually flows 5 values in branch data. But after this dot line, we stop feeding them with the branch data, and it starts to rely on its earlier prediction. And we can see that once it cannot follow the branch data, it starts to deviate immediately, and finally the output is really bad. So how should we solve this? And ideally we should get a green line right here. So we don't expect this to have to predict the fluctuation perfectly, but at least it should get the trend of the traffic volume in the future. So since we are trying to refit this model with its earlier prediction, so the reason is that we can just find our model with its earlier prediction. Then it should work well even though the ground data is missing. So here comes our solution. One of the solutions that we call the reverse trinity. So the idea is really simple, and it has two major steps. The first one is that we use this earlier prediction as equal model. Then we perform gradient descent methods to minimize the difference between the prediction and ground truth. So here is the process. So once we get the prediction from the STN and P, and we just feed the prediction as equals, then we have the encoder to encode this spatio-temporal feature, and this will be subsequently decoded and with the final difference. And then we get the prediction and P plus 1, then we just minimize the difference between prediction and ground truth. So this will allow us to get better performance when the ground data is missing. But this will not essentially solve this problem because the uncertainty of this traffic still grows with the number of steps. But there's been a really interesting observation, which is the individual traffic series are really close to their mean values that calculated over the historical data. So here I show you an example. The red line here is actually the weekly empirical mean that calculates over the training data as that itself. So, and the green samples are the real traffic volume. So we can see that despite some outlier, actually most of them are really close to this mean value, which means that this empirical mean has some strong power information that should be somehow embedded in the system, so it can improve the accuracy. So in order to embed this mean value, we miss our model prediction with empirical mean by decade space. So the equation shows here is that the forecasting and time t will be a weighted combination of the output of STN and this mean value, and this weight is to sum up to 1. So the weight applied to the mean value is a C1 function, and it has A and B as a constant depending on which. So basically, this will assign less weight at the beginning to the mean value, and after that, once the relation step goes up, and you will gain more weight, and finally, this mean value will just dominate the prediction results. So by combining this OTS and this scheme, so this will allow us to beat the earlier prediction as inputs and still get very nice results in the long term. And we call this approach STN. So we can see that after we apply this approach, we get the green lines. And this was significantly better than the rest first, and that's exactly what we want. So in order to evaluate our proposal, we conduct our experiment in a dataset that is released by Telecom Italia, and this has measurement of the mobile traffic volume improvements in Milan. So these data are aggregated every 10 minutes. And notice that this two region has different topology, and Milan is apparently a busy city that has much more traffic consumption, and it is partitioned into a 100 by 100. For Trentino is a rural area, and it has different topology, and it is partitioned into a 170 by 90. So we compare the performance of our proposal against a large set of methods, including how we present magnetic moving and ARIMA. So note that these two approaches are trained on both large dataset as required. And also we have some standard machine learning approach, including the super recognition and the autoencoder plus STM. And these two approaches, we only train them on the Milan dataset and evaluate their performance on the Milan to test their generalization ability. And finally, we have the components of our D-STN. So this includes the STN, which abandons OTS, and also complex STN and 3D complex NLP. So all of these approaches are only trained on Milan OTS. So in order to quantize the performance of our model, we select normalized mean square error. that is measure the square difference between the ground data and condition. And this is normalized by the mean value of ground truth. So normally the lower prediction error will use higher accuracy. So we operate our system for 4 times of prediction step, which is 5 minutes, 100 minutes, 5 hours, and 10 hours. We can see that, well, in the initial 5 minutes, all of these proposed actually get a very similar performance. But once we increase the prediction step, the difference becomes substantial. So, for instance, if we look at the error in our STM, it gets 0.9 error, but the error for D-STN is just 0.28. So it's much less than the one that our STM gets. And if we increase the prediction step to the 5 hours, the difference is even larger. And finally, let's look at the 10 hours prediction. You can see that, well, the D-STN only gets 0.71 errors, but it's almost half of the error that experimental smoothing gets, which means that our proposal is suitable and works well in the long forecasting. And overall, our proposal D-STN works the best among error approach and error prediction step. So, in summary, our D-STN can deliver reliable 10-hour forecasting given only 2 hours of observation, and we achieve up to 61% lower precision error. So, to give an additional perspective on how our proposal works, I will show you an example here at the 10 hours precision step. So, the snapshot in the left-hand side is the ground data. It's the ground truth traffic volume that's in the velocity. And the right-hand side is the one predicted by the probability expansion. You can see that the expansion smoothing does significantly overestimate the traffic volume in the city center and give some neural peak at around this central area. And then the component of D-STN. So all of them just only capture the profile of the traffic from global, but they all have that problem. For instance, that complex STM just overestimates the traffic volume at the center, and it gives 0 prediction and the rural area, suburban area, and the city complex it gives very uneven prediction in the suburban area, which is not the case. And the MLP just significantly underestimates the traffic volume. In contrast, our D-STN just perform the best, more better than the earlier approach, as it visually looks more similar to the ground data. This means that our proposal can work the best in city mile and it is best to the location in children. So the last thing I want to show you is how the generalization of our proposal. To this end, we test our architecture in a data set. Reminds that only exponential smoothing and ARIMA are trained on this data set, and the else architecture does train on the data set. So we can see that the ARIMA actually works well in the initial 100 minutes, but after that, the STN does get a better performance. This means that our architecture can generalize really well in different data sets, even without training. So to summarize, in order to overcome the problem in traditional methods, in this work we propose a spatial-temporal neural network to perform mobile forecasting. We begin by the one-step forecasting, then we extend this prediction duration by combining the overfitting scheme and the missing prediction data. This allows us to deliver reliable long-term mobile traffic forecasting while outperform other methods by up to 61%. And more importantly, our approach generalizes value to a different city without requiring